Hello again. Welcome back to another daily Binding of Isaac Repentance. It is it's still the 5th of May. Mayday, Mayday. We have that daily. It's the second video tonight. Oh, it's all God. I gotta write that letter, man. Finish the draft, fix the draft and stuff, and then scan a couple of things and then print them out. It's not as bad, but it's just another thing tonight. One more run tonight, though. Get this backlog done for now. Let's do, oh, man, I don't know. Guess an Isaac? Just a regular Isaac? XL4, huh? Seniors TW3H4VHA. Ha! Yeah, I talked quite a bit about the Halo stuff last video. That's a thing. It's like, I don't like television shows where there's like so much stuff that like leads up to something to where you can have a pretty good idea what's going to happen. I talked about it a little bit in the last episode. I don't need to go more into that, but like Breaking Bad, you don't really suspect things happening entirely, which was really nice. It leaves that mystery. This one, it seems like it's taking elements from other shows or something and jamming weird stuff in there to make it very, like, you know, political. Put it lightly. I get where they're trying to get to at this point with the episode, this latest episode. Where they're trying to allude to, but like just kind of not synergy, but this similarities with that kind of stuff is just like, oh, come on. Let's be a little bit more original now. Just like no Quan Len. That'd be great. More Chief, less Weird Chief. No more Master Cheeks. No more cheeks in general. There's like 3 different, actually, no, 4 different butt cheeks in the show. They were showing off. It's like, okay. Somebody likes butts. Anyways, it's Isaac time. And I think this is the 700th video I did for Repentance, which is pretty nuts. Pretty nuts. Triple shot? Okay. Let's see, maybe we get another charge here. You know what? I should have just picked up that Soul Heart. I don't know what I was thinking. Couple of those Soul Hearts. I gotta still eat tonight and lift. I forgot all about that. Gosh darn. It's amazing how much stuff I gotta do like every day. Sometimes you just don't realize it till like near the end of the day. It's like, son of a gun, there's just so much I did and I have to do still. Well, tomorrow's Friday, so there's that, I guess. Tomorrow's gonna be kind of busy too. And it's hot in here. Like, I had the oven on earlier, kind of warmed things up, and I think I did a little too much of it, so it's turned off. It's been turned off though for a while. Kind of warm up the place because it's getting a little cold again. when fall comes around though, that heat's gonna be turned on, and this time I can control the heat instead of having to have it cranked so high because the thermostat was broken that it had to open windows and stuff. Of course, summer's gonna come around, so it's gonna be hotter in here. Okay. I said we take none of these. So we got to charge, which we might be able to. Which it might be still open. Just kidding. Why would you think that? Why would you think it's going to be open? How dare you think things? All right, we're out of here. It's gonna be a big month too because there's like some movies coming out, some big ones. And then they got like that Stranger Things coming out this month, well, half the season, and then the rest of it comes out in June. And then what else is coming out in May? I guess other movies I don't know about it. Oh, well, this is Doctor Strange. Another sequel to Doctor Strange in the Marvel Universe. Oh, okay, there's that, I guess. But, like, I'm not so interested with that kind of stuff, but I guess there's that, too. Can't leave that out, I guess. I wonder if he's gonna fight Magneto in this episode. Oh, that's see, it's X-Men. No, the X-Men's not. Right? No, I don't think X-Men is part of the DC universe, is it? Because wouldn't that mean like that's owned by Viacom? Not Disney? No, it's owned by Fox. So that's not DC, I don't think. Maybe it was part of the Marvel thing. Right? I don't know. Jeez Louise, man. I don't know all this comic book, history, lore, and everything. I could only tell you more about Halo than that. Such a nerd when you know about Halo. No. No, listen here, Sonny. The only reason why I know quite a bit to a point is because, like, I've played the games and read a little bit, just a tinge stuff online about it. A little bit of lore. Like, not books or anything, or comic books. But you know what I mean? It's just... I was just thinking, like... I talked about a long time ago about this fanfic stuff and these websites that would have people write their own fanfic. Mostly, not mostly, but depending on what the fandom is, like, I suppose. A lot of them are like children sometimes, or like they're adults too. It just depends on where you go and to read the stuff or whatever, where the target demographic is. But there's people out there who like write some stuff about their favorite characters and look, I mean Sonic's like a big one, I guess. Like fanfic of Sonic, like what was that hedgehog? 1 second. There is one. They made a meme out of it. Let's see here. I think it was an actual like creation. I don't know who made it, and then it became a meme. Let's see, Sonic custom character meme. It's like a who is this? what's the guy's name? Like, there's the picture. Oh, Cold Steel. That's it. Cold Steel. There we go. Let me pull it up here. Cold Steel. The Hedgehog. Know your meme. Usually they're pretty good with like the origin stories of these things. Well, 10 years ago? Wow. Decade old. I was a Twitter user. No, it was reposted to Twitter, but nobody can find the original poster. That's interesting. Probably the person... Oh no, the original one was found on DeviantArt by user BloodskullBoy84, but with no evidence of being the original creator. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, well, why you put that on there? Nothing personnel kit. Yeah. So it's basically this purple hedgehog, and it has like this very kind of gothic look to it. Like the piercings and stuff like that, the gloves and everything else. Got a gothic-esque character. Nothing personnel, kid. There's a lot of those things out there. It's like, oh yeah, he's friends with Sonic, and he's invincible, and he doesn't like broccoli. Just weird stuff like that. I don't know if that's an actual character that has like kind of stuff, but it's like, or go like very hyper specific about like what it likes and dislikes. He doesn't like chili dogs, but he likes hot dogs instead, just regular hot dogs. With no crust on the buns. Wait a minute, is there even crust on buns like that? I think about it, probably not. No, wait, no, there weren't. No, that'd be the whole thing. It would be a crust. You basically have no hot dog bun. Unless you use regular bread slices as like a hot dog bun, then I suppose that's technically true. I've known people. I mean, almost everybody's done it. Does something like that. It's like, oh yeah, hot dogs. Infestation 2, that's not too bad. Yeah. I think Sonic is more in lines of having a lot of those fan characters compared to, say, like Harry Potter, because Sonic, I mean, Harry Potter is very popular too, don't get me wrong, but like I think when it comes to Sonic, kids are really into it, so there's that. Plus you have like, you know, adults are really into it too, you know, especially kind of growing up with it and nostalgia and all that stuff. So then you kind of leave room to like, say, creating their own character thing. And this whole story arc with them. Now I've heard about My Little Pony stuff, and I mean, I've heard some good things and cursed things about it. And I can't really say for certain if there's more like creators for that or whatever, for like fan stuff or not. I don't know. Maybe there is, because it was geared toward little girls, and then the thing was like there's this kind of an issue where adult men are getting into it more, and I mean, any fandom's got like issues, right? Like with certain people coming in. It's kind of like, okay, I'm not gonna compare the Brownies or My Little Pony fans to the oh, what was that thing called? This is gonna bother me. Like, I had it at the tip of my tongue. What is it called? One second here. Oh, that's right. Okay. I'm not trying to compare the members or like the fandom or anything like that to Heaven's Gate, but hear me out with Heaven's Gate. So I'm just using this as an example because I watched a documentary about it. Very fascinating, an HBO one. I highly recommend it. Heaven's Gate. Watched it a couple years ago. Anyways, in Heaven's Gate documentary, they were talking about. So there's this whole idea about the main leader that was left in Heaven's Gate doing certain things that were like really extreme. And anyways, come to find out that wasn't the case of suggesting certain things that were extreme. In fact, it was a new member that was there for a bit that made the suggestion to go into the extreme and even took the voluntary act of doing it, which was mutilating themselves so they can't have children anymore. And then he was the first one that did it. Not too many people stepped up the plate, of course. And he was taken to the hospital, dumped there. I mean, he lived, I think, but he lost a lot of blood. And not a lot of people did it, which makes sense because it's like stupid. But I guess his reasoning was like, actually, you know what? Some people did do it. I think that even the cultist leader did it. They thought it was a good idea or something. I don't know. Anyways, the one guy did it and then like was dumped off at a hospital. I guess maybe that was just an initiation of being kicked out of the club. I don't know. But you see, you have these kind of detractors. This is what I'm trying to compare it to. So you have certain people that are in a fandom, like this cult. I'm going to call it a fandom. I know they're completely different things, and they have completely different methods of bringing people in. And in their own ways. But what I'm saying is they have a similarities where they bring in the weird people. The occasional weirdo or whatever, or a clump of weirdos. It kind of depends, I guess. And so I get it. It's like, well, would that mean like, you know, when people make these stereotypes about this and that with the group, it's because like these minorities, a minority of people or the creeps or whatever? Well, yeah, that's usually an issue, but it's like, problem is like, how do you even address that? Like, you could probably just kick them out of the group in some form or whatever, but then move on to another one or whatever, another little like fan club or whatever. I don't know. I'm not like arguing on what you do with them. Just take that with a grain of salt, because like I'm not. I mean, I've known, so it's not a really cult, but like it was, or I was in or a fandom. Don't worry, I'm not part of the system or anything. In the system of these people, don't you worry about me. Or am I? Okay, I almost ran into that. That would have been really bad. No, as I was saying, like... Okay, we can't get there. All right. I guess we could try teleporting and hope we don't get killed by Greed or something that's in there. That could be in there. So I was saying... Really? You're gonna just do that to me? You know, when you predict it, you predict it. But don't die now. Okay. Now let's try to safely get back to our thing. Always put myself on the edge of death right now. I gotta go. Oh God! Sorry about that. If I yelled, I'm sorry. Which I think I did yell. Anyways, what the heck is what he's saying? Oh yeah. So I was in this club thing. And there was a particular member who was a little off. It was a little bit of an oddball, just a little bit. And I don't think it means any harm or whatever. But anyways, something happened to where it was affecting one of the other members. And so I was kind of put in the spot to keep an eye on him for a future, like, thing, like event thing. And so I did, and nothing happened. And that, you know, that kind of thing kind of, you know, can come to the surface or something at any moment. If there's something lurking, you know, you want to kind of, if you're like in a personal group like that and some weird thing happens, like, you know, do what is reasonable and legal means to kind of de-escalate things, I guess. If you can. Or leave the group. Whatever. I mean, I'm not giving you legal advice or whatever. I know it's something that's very obscure what I'm saying, but we got 2 of those. Cool. I just keep... you know what? Well, man. The Airwalk would be really good for the fight. Because we don't know what's going to be. Alright, well, we got to be careful now. But we need a Soul of Eve, because if we can get our deal with the devil or angel, we can roll it. Like twice. Okay, we're fine. Deal with the devil, we got some health up. Damocles. Sure. Absolute garbage. Okay. Except the Damocles. Or we can die any moment, though, with this. Okay, we're out of here. Unless we get a 9 lives or something. Alright, well, we got hit there, so we probably... Son of a gun! I hate this room! Edmund McMillan! Edmund McMillan! We gotta get a 1-up somehow. Come on, get up! What the heck are you doing? Alright. This room was just cursed. Anyways, as I was trying to say before I kept getting interrupted by the devil himself. You don't know what, you know, this group's gonna, you know, do, you know, like, you know. Worst case scenario, if you could end up in a cult you may not even know. Like a real cult, like it, you know, classified as a cult, like, you know, Helter Skelter or something. Or you could just be in like a fun little, like, you know, club thing, and, you know, you find cool people to hang out with and stuff like that, and collaborate and create some cool stuff. So anyways, I think the Sonic one is like one of the biggest ones, I would think, in my opinion. Because of like how it's kind of geared toward children. I mean, just like with this My Little Pony thing, I guess. But I think there's a longer standing with this. We got very lucky there. Ooh. Yeah, let's do it. Actually, you know what? My Little Pony, I think it's technically been around longer than Sonic, because there's the, I guess, the 80s stuff. Whatever else. Pokemon, I could probably see that. being like a pretty sizable fandom too. This is my Pokemon, this name, I do this, you know? I mean, it's for all ages, so like that's obvious, and it's at a pretty reasonable long standing of, you know, being in the fandom community, whatever. So that's understandable. I don't know about My Little Pony though, like that's... And I hear things, like I read things online talking about it, I was like, oh, it's got adult jokes in it, ha ha ha, and you know, all this other stuff, and I'm like, it's a kid's show, like, it probably has some innuendos, like, you know, Rocco's Modern Life did, and all these other ones. Oh, there goes everybody here in this room. Goodbye! I mean, it's not a new concept that they have that kind of thing. Freaking, I used to watch Ren and Stimpy when I was a kid, and that was on Nickelodeon in the daytime. I might actually get a reroll in there. A couple of them. Of course, I didn't really watch Rocco's Modern Life so much. I wasn't too interested in that when I was a kid. It's whatevs. We're gonna get both of these. No, it's funny. Da, 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 da. I don't know. Like, I watched that Smiley Friends, though. Like, people were recommending it. It was actually kind of funny. Like, of course, that's adult humor. That was, like, actual, like, Adult Swim stuff. Like, geared to adults. That wasn't too bad. They had some good stuff. That was pretty... But like, I don't know, like, My Little Pony, like, the thing that just comes crossing my mind, it's like, they're ponies and, you know, they're girly looking and stuff. You know, it's for girls and stuff. And whoever of ages, different ages. I mean, anybody can enjoy it. It's just like, for me, when I see it, it's just like, reminiscence of like just, you know, little girls and playing with ponies and wanting a pony and a horse and all that other stuff and all that other, yeah, all that jazz. That's what it comes mind to for me. I guess they made like a My Little Pony movie or a few or whatever. Like, okay. I don't think I ever had anyone recommend me to like watch like shows, movies, or anything. I don't know of anybody that even does any of that. Like any immediate people I know. You know, maybe I'm not hanging around the right demographic. I don't know. Maybe it's just something else going on. Here I am watching the Halo television show, telling you how each episode is getting worse, and I keep doing it anyways to myself. Yeah, well, I knew this was gonna get bad. I'm gonna keep watching. I was like, might as well. I got this far. I mean, they're not making me watch it. I don't know, like... Occasionally I get like videos too, like on YouTube about these different cartoons and whatever. It's like, this one was actually special with this special episode because this X thing happened and it was very deep. And here's like, you know, and there's like other stuff is like compilations of like some funny stuff or some dark humor or whatever from certain cartoons, and just a bunch of different stuff. Like they had one where like, oh, the last Ed, Edd n Eddy episode was perfect, and da 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 da, and whatever else. You write these like essay style things about children's shows. It's like, oh yeah, this and this, haha. Remember that? Nostalgia? LOL? Oh, the good old days? Kids these days? They don't remember Kids Next Door? Now, I don't even know what the hell it is now. Like, there's... I keep hearing there's this little kid show called Bluey or whatever. It's like... I found it out from this parent or whatever. It's like, yeah, my child likes Bluey. And it's like, what's Bluey? It's like, it's this blue dog, and then there's like some other dogs with different colors with other names. I was like, okay. And there's like another one called Paw Patrol. I guess that was in the back burner because of some controversies that happened a couple of years ago. That has nothing to do with the show other than being like law enforcement dogs, but okay. If you want to go on the extreme, trying to counseling that, I mean, don't get butthurt by cartoons, I guess. Let's see. We gotta ban it all. That's gonna save society. Faith of humanity has been once again restored by banning this cartoon. This kid's cartoon about little dogs with little hats doing little rescue operations. Teaching the values of teamwork and friendship. Okay. Kind of reminds me of like, I watched a documentary too last year about the, there was this effort to try to ban scary stories to tell in the dark. Not just because of the content that was in there, but a lot of it had to do with the illustrations that was not created by the writer, but an illustrator. There was this effort of banning it because at the time, the big thing was like, the big boogeyman was the satanic sacrificial cults stuff. I mean, they were prevalent, but like back then, but I mean, still are now, but like, I mean, I read it. I didn't become a Satanist. Like I think I read both the books when I was a kid. Nothing happened to me. Yeah, it was creepy to read the books. And I mean, that was back in the 90s when I was reading them. So like that was at the peak where they were trying to ban them. Fortunately, my school library didn't like ban them. Well, actually, wait a minute. Now I think about it. Did they have it in my school library? Because there was also the public library, which they had the books. I don't know if I even, oh, maybe they did have it there. I don't know. I don't think they banned the books. I'm pretty sure they didn't. If they didn't ban it at the public library, they probably didn't ban it at my school library. Just being real here. In fact, the books were kind of, I mean, a little bit educational, technically, because some elements of the stories were based off of old folklore that this guy who read in the book went to this, like, what's the Stanford Libraries or something, where it's like a special section where only, like, certain students can access, or maybe only, like, strictly for students only. And he went through all these different manuscripts and stories and stuff like that, and found all sorts of stuff about like all this stuff, and then he made his own fanfic, if you will, of his own like rendition of the stories. Like he would like make his own, he takes some of those elements and then he kind of applies them with his own story. That's what I mean. And so on the end of the book, there's like this whole like you know, thing in the back of it where it tells you, hey, this is where this element came from. You know, from this folklore and where you can find it and stuff, which is really cool. Which I didn't really do, which I really didn't go looking for it or anything. But I found out I didn't find out until like after I watched the documentary. It's like, wow, they even had that too. So technically, it brought people kind of closer together with like, you know, all these different folklore stories and stuff from like all around the world. Get people to kind of give them a little bit of a history lesson of what was like, you know, historic for that country to talk about and whatever. Which is pretty cool. But yeah, that whole documentary was interesting too. Like talking about this pushback and then talking about the children who were raised on it and then like the adults who were like, I mean, the kids who became adults, they were getting really into it too. Really good stuff. Oh, come on. Give me... Okay, I guess we can't get to that so easily. I think we're kind of lost here. Because I went in circles. But going back with fandoms and stuff, like... I don't know. Like Blue's Clues that came back again, but it's not the same, and it's more politicalized and stuff. It's just... I don't know. I mean, to be fair, some shows back then had some form of politicalness to it, too. I mean, you can't really leave politics out of things so easily, because, like, sometimes they have, like, some kind of an influence, and then other times people find these hidden meanings that wasn't even meant to be found in there, and they think it's, like, some kind of a sign for something evil. You know, weird things like that, I guess. Alright, that's another dead end. Cool. Glad I found that. I think we're going in circles again. Oh, this looks like back here again. Yeah. Okay. Up, maybe? Oh, I don't know. Oh my god, another big room? Alright. Wow, this stinks. A big floor, huh? Well, I don't know where anything is. Cool. We're going in circles again. I think. Looks like it. Uh-huh. Yeah. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Alright, alright. Maybe it's down below, down right something. I'm not here to, like, kind of crap on certain fandoms or anything. Just keep that in mind. It's just... You know, you like what you like, you know? Shows, characters, whatever, where you like that My Little Pony stuff, or, Sonic. Where the hell am I, by the way? Where the hell is Carmen San Diego? Anyone making fandom about that? Probably. Yeah, he was an episode in my comic. She was in an episode of my comic. She met Sonic and the team and stuff like that, and the Freedom Fighters, and they went out and they took on Dr. Robotnik. And then Gary Oak was there, and he was starting stuff. And I kicked him in the knee. He got a big old boo-boo. Was I getting on with this? I don't know. I'm lost, by the way. That's not my name, but I'm just lost in this game. Where the hell am I? There's gotta... See, I've been that way. That's just gonna take me the same way. Oh my god. Up? No, that's gonna take me back. Okay, we went up that way, right? Oh my god! Don't talk to me and my son ever again. 9 lives? No. Alright, well, we're gonna have to rush this before we die. LOL. The amount of time we wasted there was just like dangerous. The time we would have spent going through 2 floors and winning. The time we would have successfully win before that thing dropped on our head. I guess we'll take this with us. I wonder if there's like any Pokemon fandom at this point where it's like, hey, I made my own Pokemon, da da da. Alright, that's gonna go with like the 900 plus Pokemon we already got. Like, I wonder if they ever had a contest where, you know, you make your own fan Pokemon and it becomes like something entered in there. I imagine they probably had something back in the day with that. Of course, with the Sega, with the Sonic stuff, I guess they had a contest too. I seen something years ago. I was like, hey, if you made your own character, it could end up as one of the characters for this one Sonic game, which turns out that Sonic game kind of sucked, I guess, from what I was reading about. Wow, this obscure character is going to be in this one game. And it's a crappy one. I've heard of Sonic Colors. I've heard of this other Sonic game and all that stuff. I was like, what? What's Sonic Colors? It's like some kind of... It's Sonic Colors. It's just Sonic with colors. These color creature things. It's like, okay. Get it? Oh, that was 9 lives. All right, we're fine. We can mess around as much as we want. Get hit there, and then we have 1 heart. When the real fun begins, we'll take that. At first I thought there was like nothing in this room. Like, well, why is it closing on me? He's locked in there with him. I wonder what it feels like to be like a creator. It's like some kind of like television show or something like that's fairly popular, and they run into this weird fandom stuff, like, you know, not this not saying the fandoms are all weird in general. I'm saying like the weird off the wall fandom stuff that people write or draw or whatever. It's like, my character doesn't do that. Some kind of copy pasta thing. Creepy pasta thing. Too. Oh, Slender Man. You just write like a creepy pasta. It's like, yeah, Slender Man's my brother. And I got these superpowers from Slender Man, which makes me even more powerful than any other creature, including the Backrooms creatures. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, this controversy with these girls who did some horrible things, and they were inspired by this creepypasta, which I'm not blaming on the creepypasta or the creator of Slender Man, because you like I said before, you can't. There's these rare detractors that come out and they do some very extreme things that you don't really have control over. I don't know. If I was someone who created like Sonic or whatever, still around, and I hear about like all these different like weird stories, I start reading. I was like, oh, this is Sonic. I know this Sonic. No, this is this character. Like you might have some cringy ones, where it's like, oh, there's this character. Oh, he likes this. He hates broccoli. He eradicates it from the planet Earth. And Morbius loves broccoli, so they're the enemy. Or something. If I was like the creator, I'd be looking at that. Or just some weirdly weird stuff. I'd probably be going down a rabbit hole I probably don't want to get down into and just like see how crazy it gets. Like the whole Backrooms thing where it's like, you know, I mean, it's been just, you know, it's like a fabricated story thing, and like somebody created it and then it just kind of spun out with like more adaptations and memes and stuff, and very like it's just the back rooms of like some store or something. It's what kind of like led to everything else, and it's like you do some weird stuff with it. There's 999 levels on this wiki. I'm like, good lord, 999. These different elements and these creatures and everything else you have to watch out for, traps, type of like elements you can interact with, like some kind of water but that may or may not kill you, and all this other weird stuff. That's interesting. There's like a community that backs with it. That's like another thing too, that's like these special creature things, like a whole big thing where it's like, was it SCP or something like that, whatever it's called, but it was like all these creatures in this wiki, and it's all these creations. They have all these different abilities, all this other stuff. It's just a weird stuff that people can create, and it's like this whole community thing too. They get all together and they do all this creative stuff with it, and it's now that's interesting, like kind of creating something like that and then expanding on it and then making like, you know, fan work of it. Because it can only go so far with like fans created stuff for like an actual like big like fandom creation thing like Sonic or whatever, where you can't really sell the merchandise or do certain little things because of the big companies that own it. But then when you got this other stuff on the side, like the backroom stuff and everything, then you can go like hog wild with the lore, creating your own lore, you know, like creating your own merchandise and stuff, because it's all like basically public domain. That's what's interesting. But of course, you get more fandom created stuff out of the bigger stuff like Sonic and stuff, because obviously there's much more of a following, there's much more of a backing because there's large companies and there's more of a standing for like, you know, many years, as opposed to like the Backrooms, which has been around as a creepypasta for like several years or so. Slender Man's like over a decade, but that Slender Man hasn't been picking up as much as the Backrooms. Well, I don't know. Maybe because the Backrooms is kind of new, picking up now again. Maybe it's just that kind of like instant thing. Maybe back then Slender Man was like picking up too, but then it just kind of fizzled for a bit, mostly. So anyways, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.